All right, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Makakwadash. Also, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. And as always, peace and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. Back at it with a quick epistle about this unprecedented time of trouble, being that we prophesy this a lot through the Spirit. The Great Tribulation, Jacob's trouble. Well, we'll just bring out a couple precepts to see just how bad this is going to get. And man, oh man, what in the world are we getting ready to go through, man? And this is why it's very, very important to learn these things. And for you Israelites to really gather some faith up for yourself, man, because this ain't gonna be no joke, man. We're saying, this now, but just like we all do, it's always different when it really happens. The talking, the practicing, it's always a little bit more intense when it really happens. So we'll start at Mark 13th chapter and verse 19. For in those days, and we're prophesying, hey, we're in the last days, shall be affliction such as was not from the beginning of the creation which God created until this time, neither shall be. And except the Lord had shortened those days, no flesh should be saved. But for the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen, he hath shortened the days. Now let's get this in the NLT, and we'll read it once again in Mark 13 and 19. For there will be greater anguish in those days than at any time since God created the world, and it will never be so great again. Look at all the wars Babylon the Great, the so-called USA, have been in, not to mention all the wars that the rest of the nations have been in, the conflict, all right, the pain, the turmoil. Talk about the Black Plague, hell, the most recent so-called pandemic that we experienced, World War One, World War Two. All right. Look at all the mass shootings going on in schools. Look at all the mass shootings that happen amongst our own people, with the gang stuff, man. It's just, and again, the reason why I'm bringing up all these things, the Lord is not a man that he should lie. And all scripture is given by inspiration, of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah. So whatever's in his Bible, it is the will of the Lord that is in his Bible. So when the Lord say, this is going to be a time of anguish like the earth has never seen before, man, oh man, what are we getting ready to go through? What are we getting ready to see? We don't know every single detail, specifics, exactly what we're going to go through. Like, we don't know the type of pestilences that the Lord is going to put upon the earth, but we do know pestilences, have been prophesied. All right. The wars. All right. We don't know how many people are going to perish during the wars, man, but we do know there's going to be wars and rumors of wars. And right now, we're hearing the rumors of those wars. There's other nations going at it. Babylon the Great hasn't got officially, boots on the ground on a mass level, but you should hear the wars. They're deploying certain troops here and there strategically, and it's eventually going to get completely out of control, man. Again, this is why we have to understand the seriousness of the times that we're already in, which means we should be getting our act together, moving in the fear of the Lord, and especially for the days vastly approaching, man, which is going to be Jacob's trouble, the great tribulation, which is going to proceed and usher in the second coming of Malak Yahweh Shah. And why is that? And we read that going back to the King James Version, in verse 20 again, and except the Lord has shortened those days, no flesh should be saved. And that includes the Lord's hopeful elect. So that is why things are moving faster. That's why even the scientists knows that the days are going by faster. all right, as well as, you know, prophetic events. The Lord is speeding these things up, man. And if the Lord didn't come, if we didn't have that Savior, which is Malak Yahushua, to deliver us with that, you know, glorious deliverance via those chariots and the host of holy angels, we wouldn't make it out of here. We would perish, if even if it was just of old age, man. And we don't want to perish, man. We believe in a Savior. We understand, as the Lord's hopeful elect, that we need a Savior. There's a lot of people of our nation that don't believe that they need to be saved. They always say, and they use that idol named Jesus, who the world ignorant, Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. They'll say, man, ain't nobody coming for us, type of stuff. You know, Jesus is not coming for you. You know, they don't know the name of the Lord, or they can't receive it. But, you know, who they think, you know, Yahushua is, they'll say, you know, we need to, you know, save ourselves. Well, the Lord's hopeful elect understands that we are in need of a Savior, and without that Savior, which again is Malak Yahushua, Malak means king in the Hebrew, we would perish, man. We would die in these calamities. We would die in the famine. We would die in the war. We would die in the chaos that's going to happen in the streets. We would die of the pestilence. All right. So, again, the Lord is saying, this is about to be a time like the earth has never seen before. Look at all the stuff that has happened, you know, from the so-called ancient days all the way to now, man. Look at all the calamities, all the death that's happening, especially, you know, pestilence and diseases that have, you know, plagued this earth time and time again, man. During this great tribulation, the Lord, and it's already prophesied, he's gonna let it all unleash. There's gonna be more storms and, you know, tempests and earthquakes in diverse places, and we'll get that here pretty soon in Matthew 24th chapter. Again, the pestilences, the wars, all these things are going to be issues, man. And it's all for judgment. It's all for judgment. You're going to get caught up in this, in one of these things, or a combination of all of these things, if you're not protected by Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua. So, you know, that's how severe this quote unquote time of trouble is going to be. It's going to be so severe that the earth has never seen a time like this before. And the earth has already experienced 2 world wars. We got a third one coming, mixed with everything else the Lord has prophesied. The pestilence will be during that time of the world war and all these things, man. People are going to be going at it. And guess what? We're seeing that here. And we always speak about Babylon the Great, the so-called USA. Well, I do through the Spirit, because this is where we live. You know, I don't, other than what we see on the news and what other brothers are prophesying and seeing, I don't really know what's going on the other side of the world, because we don't live there. Yeah, we can see things via, you know, the internet, but we only know so much. We speak on this a lot because we are actually here, and we know that it's coming. All right, and we'll go to the book of Matthew 24, and just to reiterate again, Matthew 24 and verse 21, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. So this will never happen like this again, man. And except those days shall be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. And there it is again, just reiterating how terrible this time of trouble, this Jacob's trouble, this great tribulation is going to be, man. This time of judgment, this full wrath of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, first and foremost upon his, you know, wicked nation, or the wicked ones of the nation of Israel. They're going to get judged, man. And as well as the rest of the earth, man. Everybody's gonna know about our power, Yahweh Bahashim and Yahushua, and they're gonna finally understand the fear of the Lord, because everything that has a person comfortable, prideful, puffed up, just content, it's all gonna go out the window during this time of great tribulation. Money, stature, these underground bunkers, the ability, you know, to move like they want to, it's all gonna come to naught. Now, the Lord is gonna let us, you know, a portion of the Edomites and some other heathen nations, you know, flee to those mountains and bunkers. But we do know their fate. They're going to be some of the first one, or the, you know, the first, you know, spirits going into slavery in the kingdom of heaven, man. All right. And that's another topic for another day, what's going to happen. But this epistle is about this great tribulation and how bad it's going to be, and the importance of getting your act together, because oh man, I feel I'm exhausted right now, just through the flesh, and and it could be worse, man. Just what I've went through, the chastisement and the judgment that the Lord has placed upon me, it has me absolutely exhausted, man. All right, so just, and I've been through some stuff, been incarcerated, seen a war, and there's nothing that I've went through is gonna be compared to what we're getting ready to go through. So man, oh man, and I've been to a war. How bad is it? If is it really finna get, man? The brothers prophesy all the time, man. You're gonna see, bodies drop in front of you, man. You're gonna see people getting took off this earth in mass numbers. Hell, you're seeing a portion of it now via all these shootings that's happening, man. And it's by design. It's the will of the Lord that He lets children get a hold of guns, and Esau really don't do shit about it. They could have been done something about these guns if it was that bad, man. All right, there's ways which having a wise mind to deal with these issues, but the reason why they're not dealing with these issues yet is because it's the will of the Father. Things got to get chaotic, things got to get hectic, and the Lord is just judging more and more every day, man. The judgment of the Lord is going out every day, and it's starting to intensify. More and more people, and the Lord is not a respect of persons. You see that man, woman, and child are perishing left and right, man. All right. And it's going to get a lot worse, man. Everybody's going to go through the great tribulation. Now, will every brother and sister see the exact same thing? Probably not, but you're definitely going to have moments where you're going to understand the fear of the Lord, man. All right, let's go to the book of Daniel and see what one of our fellow brothers prophets have to say about this time of trouble, this great tribulation. All right, and this is Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, and we know Michael, that archangel, all right, the great prince, which shall standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, man. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book, man. And that's, this is, coming to the end of this chaos, man, the hype of this chaos, and, preceding the Lord's second coming. And Lord willing, that hopeful elect, we're all, predestined, are already written in the Lamb's book of life, and that we will be a part of that salvation, that deliverance from this hell. All right. And the ultimate, cherry on top, the icing on the cake, all right, is going to be what we're prophesying, what the Lord say. How did the Lord say He was going to destroy the earth this time? Last time He did it with water via the flood. He said this time, and He gave us the rainbow as a promise, right, that He was never going to destroy the earth via water. All right, but He did say He was going to destroy it with fire, and we do know a huge part of the fire that's going to cleanse and burn up all this wickedness and this weak shit is going to be the nuclear missiles, man. All right, so when those nuclear missiles are launched, man, we gotta get out of here. All right, so we don't know the hour. All right, no man knows the hour when the Lord is coming back to deliver His hopeful elect and bring the full final wrath upon this place. But we do know that we got to be off of this earth, not to get burned up with all those missiles that's going to be shot to and fro all over the earth. And we do know through prophecy, studying to show ourselves approved, and ultimately just the spirit given to us by Yahweh Shema Shah to understand His prophecies, that a lot of those missiles, nuclear missiles, are going to be directed right here at Babylon the Great. All right, so a lot of them nuclear missiles are gonna, those ICBM missiles are gonna hit Babylon the Great more than probably anywhere on the planet. But don't think that other places are not gonna. Don't think Babylon ain't gonna get off now. Don't think Babylon the Great ain't gonna get off. If Esau going out, he's going to try, all right, to go out with a bang. I don't know how far the Lord gonna let the man take it as far as him getting off like that during the war. But hey, there's gonna be casualties on all sides, man. All right, hey, for even though this is Jacob's trouble and it is really for the judgment and punishment judgment, the last go round for the Israelites. Don't think that the Lord is just going to let you just slaughter all his children and they're not going to take some of you with them. All right. Those race wars that we're prophesying is going to be casualties on both sides, man. All in relation to the last days, this great tribulation, Jacob's trouble, all these things are going to happen. Yes, there will be, nation against nation. And the Lord prophesied that not only in a great, war capacity, but even in these different providences that we live in, all right, these regions, these states, these cities, there's going to be conflict amongst different, ideologies, different religions. They're gonna fight everything, man versus woman. The Lord said he didn't, that's what he came to do, was to bring a sword. All right, not peace. He didn't come to send peace, but a sword. Again, that sword is symbolic for division and war. That is what the Lord said he came to do, man. So it's very, very vital that we understand this and continue to move in the fear of the Lord. And for you individuals that don't have that fear, you best to get some, because it's going to be rough. It's going to be one wild ride off of this earth, man, for the Lord's hopeful elect, and for the everybody else. It's just going to be horrific, man. And it's just going to be issue after issue after issue. They're not going to get no rest during this great tribulation, man. And call Allah Yahweh Shem Shai as it relates to the 2/3 getting their judgment, because they're so wicked, they are so puffed up, and they are receiving benefits, all right, and have not known Yahweh Hashem Shai. They're rich and famous and prospering, and have not known the fear of the Lord. A brother this morning, and that's the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai that's resting upon us, and it's the spirit of the Lord, if you don't know, that leads a brother or sister and guides a brother and sister or what to pray for. So yesterday, man, I was putting no curses upon these athletes, man, being that I realized they're receiving benefits. And I don't know what a man does in the privacy of his own home. I have a discernment, and I could bet my bottom dollar that they're not calling upon the true names Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So I put a curse upon these athletes, and about them receiving benefits and not knowing Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. First thing I saw this morning, your girl Angela Reese injured. She may not, I don't know. I didn't even get into detail. I just saw my brother and I saw him post that. And I guess your girl, injured, and she's been blowing up, man, been in commercials and all in the name of what? Folly. And she's a female, and she's getting, I don't know how much money she's getting, but I'm sure she's decently off by now. If not money, at least she's famous, and I'm sure she has like different endorsements, and she's getting paid from those commercials. And she's she wear them little shorts, so all the men on the earth are desiring her in a sexual capacity, because she's out there in them little ass shorts. She's not a bad looking woman, you know what I mean? But again, you see how quick the Lord can change that. Boom, she's injured, and they're saying it could potentially be career ending. All right, and I just put up that curse upon these so-called athletes of our nation last night through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So it was beautiful, your power, to wake up and see that, man, the Lord got one of them. But it's just, if the Lord himself, now the Lord taught us, or and commanded us, should I say, not to covet, all right? But if the Lord himself said he was jealous, a jealous power, and the Lord explained to us that what is it? Jealousy is the rage of a man. Come on, man. We don't covet what the 2/3 have, because we've learned so much from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. We understand at this point there's something greater, and that this is just temporary, and the Lord taught us to count this as dung. All that being said, we are brothers and sisters, whether they're wicked or not. We are the same nation. We're all brothers and sisters, all created by Yahweh Shai. We are righteously, you understand me, jealous to see our people. How in the hell, all right, are we supposed to be in captivity for our damn transgressions, and you guys are prospering as much as you are? It doesn't matter. It is the mindset. You can be, a lot of our people can be absolutely poor in the projects and still have this pride oozing off of them. Lord, no, that's how Eve be. She could be straight up living in the projects, man, and just be as prideful as she want. Don't let her look like something and have a little body on her. You know what I mean? She just prideful. So it doesn't matter if our people are really rich or they think they are puffed up and prideful. And that's what we're trying to teach our people, not to be prideful. This is not it. This is not our time to be celebrated. Now we give thanks, to Yahweh Shema Shah for the blessings, daily bread, right, food, clothing, shelter that he bestows upon us. But ultimately, we're not in a celebratory spirit because we understand that this is not our rest. All right, we don't really want to prosper here and it be temporary, or it don't be like it's supposed to be to its full strength, man. All right, we have to get out of here. We need to be delivered, and 2/3 of the nation of Israel just don't understand it yet. And a lot of them, the reason why is because they're prospering at some capacity. They're keeping a roof over their head. So they really don't hearken to the words of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai through the Bible and through the prophets, man. The prophets that written the Bible, all right, and the prophets that are prophesying this very day, they're not taking heed to it, and it's because they got enough. They got enough, but we're telling these idiots, guess what? The Lord's gonna remove it in a blink of an eye, just like old girl Angela Reese. Boom, in the blink of an eye, these things can happen. Your life can be taken away from you or changed in the blink of an eye. All right, it's nothing for the Lord to make a poor man rich and vice versa. All right, to make you rich niggas poor, and you got brothers out here that's seeing that through the spirit and gonna speak on that. I want you, personally as your brother, I want them all like humble in the name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Here we are on a daily basis through the spirit, mind you, not of our own will, serving the Lord to the best of our ability. All right, because we could always do more, and our righteousness is as filthy rags, but we're putting forth a decent effort. If it ain't nothing but acknowledging the true names given to us, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. All right, we're doing this on a daily basis, trying to keep the laws and statutes to the best of our ability, keeping these high holy days, which we got one coming up. If you know, you know. All right, but yeah, the Day of Atonement is coming up next week, and we're gonna be there through the spirit, observing that, making our bodies a living sacrifice, not eating or drinking, for 24 hours, just rehearsing the righteous acts, showing respect, reverence, honor to the one that's about to give us everything. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And call halal Malak Yahweh Shai for the Lord's sacrifice, right? The Lord is getting ready to give us, everything, man. But we gotta go through this process. And a part of this process is this unprecedented time of trouble, this great tribulation, man. It's not gonna, we've inherited these lies. So we've been taught that the Lord was all love, it's just gonna be all good, man, and that the Lord don't have nothing to do with wickedness. It's the devil. That's what they taught us. It was the devil doing these things. We'll come to find out, we know now that the Lord is all powerful, and without his say so, can't nothing bad, quote unquote, happen upon this earth, man. All right, so we believe that the Lord is not a man that he shall lie, and if he said this is going to be a time like the earth has never seen before, then you better believe that's what it's going to be. You're going to see people drop, or you're going to see at least some bodies at some point in time, man. You're going to see people break out with just crazy diseases and things, as they should, especially as it relates to whoredoms and adultery. The Lord got something special for you Israelites, and especially you women that want to whore your bodies out. You see, Eve wants to be liberated because that's what she was taught to do. Be liberated, free, do what thou wilt, do what you want to do. The Lord had a certain standard for his Israelite nation, man. We're supposed to be peculiar, above the rest of the nations. And our women, you're supposed to have a certain care for your body, not whore it out, not give it to every Tom, Dick, and Harry upon the earth. All right, but our women, they're so weak, they don't understand that. And then we could talk about the men too. They're weak. We're not supposed to be whoremongers. We're not supposed to whore our women out, but it's happening, and it's happening at an unprecedented level, and the Lord got some special judgment, I believe, that's going to come from that. All that whoredom, all them rods that you have in you, Eve, guess what? You just wait till you wake up with that bumpy vagina. You know that's what's coming. It's gonna be diseases that you're not gonna be able to get rid of. They already been saying that. They got something called super gonorrhea that's resistant to antibiotics and those treatments. So no longer during Jacob's trouble when the Lord bring that type of judgment will you just be able to get a shot or take some pills and get rid of the judgment that the Lord is placed upon you. You're gonna have to deal with that all the way. And guess what? We're gonna see it, man. The type of judgment that's coming, it ain't gonna be you get to duck off in the privacy of your own home. The Lord is gonna put shame upon you women and you niggas too, man. All right. And he's gonna let the entire nation see it. Did look at what they did to our King Malachi Hawashai and how embarrassing that is, man. A crown of thorns, getting spit on, hit, beat, shit talked, marred. I don't even want to, I'm through the spirit, man, I might do a lesson about that. But it triggers all of us that are really in the spirit, that really have the spirit to honor Yahweh Shai. And if you really have the spirit and you meditate on it, it'll make you cry, man. Because we know that the Lord did it for us and we feel like we're not worthy. But that's why we, through the spirit, do these things, give diligence to make our calling and election sure. I personally don't feel worthy, for the King having to go through that for little old me and my brothers. And again, our righteousness is as a filthy rags, man. All the shit that I done did, what type of king do we serve, man? You know what I mean? Good gracious, did Yahweh Shai, Malak Yahweh Shai, call Allah Malak Yahweh Shai, man. Thawada Malaki Hawashai. Cause guess what? These so-called kings upon this earth, man, they're nothing compared, to the real one. And then Yahweh Shai gonna war with these fools, man. You think, hey man, look at the leaders of Babylon the Great. You think they finna war with their nation and their men, and you know what I mean? You think they're gonna, lay down their life, for their nation? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So, knowing these things and really hearkening unto the process, all right, of our deliverance, man, we got to get our stuff together, man. We got to give it all we have. Some days are better than others, man, but ultimately we just want to be, consistent serving Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and just, stay away from all the wickedness, man. All right. But let's go to Romans right quick and we'll be about done with this through the spirit. Romans. Yeah, time to awake. You already know. Knowing these things, man. Knowing it's finna get completely crazy out here. All right. And you should see it if you're watching. That's why the Lord told us to watch, man. All right. This is Romans 13:11. And that knowing the time that the world is ending, man. All right. The end of an age, the end of an era, it's coming to an end, this Esau Edom shit, man. All right. That now it is high time to awake out of sleep, man. All right. And that, that sleep goes into that slumber, that stupor, all right, that confusion. It's time to mature and be a damn Israelite, be an adult, and know that these people have been lying to us and that it's janky out here. All right. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe, man. Through the spirit, we finna go home. All right, we got a couple more things we got to do. All right, and go through and prove. We got some faith to show. To Yahweh, Bahashem, Hawashai, and that's gonna be the end of this, man. And we're gonna close it, the book. And we're gonna open a new one. It's gonna be the end of this shit, but it's also gonna be the beginning of this glorious, rulership, and it's gonna last all eternity, man. All right, so. There it is, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shema Hawashai. Just a quick epistle concerning Jacob's trouble, the great tribulation, and just trying to nail the point home how bad it's about to get out here. And let me tell you, I've seen and heard, bits and pieces of Jacob's trouble. I'm in a neighborhood and it was 2001. Thank the Lord, through prayer and the will of the Lord, things have kind of calmed down exactly where I'm at. But like I say, I don't live in a big neighborhood. There was 4 murders in my neighborhood, all right, in 2021, and every day somebody was getting shot in the city, man. Every day. All right, I live in Georgia. Just every day you're hearing this pop 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 pop. It's fucking terrifying. And I've been to war, All right, it's please don't let it be a machine gun or a assault rifle that they're shooting. That is a terrifying sounding thing. Oh, it hits different from that pistol to that automatic shooting. Trust me, and especially if it's in the middle of the night when everything is quiet and you just hear and then you'll know when somebody got hit because you know what you finna hear shortly after. You hear those sirens. You hear those sirens. Oh, yep, somebody got hit. And it's terrifying. And guess what? Hey, my brothers will tell you better than I can, man. That's all that's gonna be going on during Jacob's trouble. It is going to be just like you see in the movies. Art imitates life. All right. And it's really the spirit that the Lord puts upon these directors and these movie producers to come up with the writers that write these stories. It's the Lord that's putting these things in. It's the movie Hollywood is really the Lord. The theater, which is nothing new. This is really the Lord. This is just glory of the Lord. Music, food, even the theater. Hey, this is all created by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and it's supposed to be, it's for our, entertainment and to enjoy the earth. But art imitates life, man, and all that what is that, Walking Dead and all these world ending movies, man. This is really gonna happen, man. It's really gonna happen. So it will behoove us again to get our act together, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, you have to have faith and that you're one of the Lord's chosen ones, man, that and that you'll be delivered and protected by Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And if you do believe that, there's going to be action behind that belief. There's going to be action behind that faith. And again, you're going to do things, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. It isn't just teaching, all right? Because you could get out there front. You could be, the best speaker out on the highways and byways. And in the privacy of your own home, you having orgies. You see what I'm saying? It's everything. Take and rebuke, all right? There's going to be times that we're going to F up, all right? And we're going to have to be rebuked. We got to be able to take that and learn from it and then change. All right. We have to be able for, the ones that are charged to teach. We have to teach, help meets, all these things. If you, a helper of the prophets, hey, you best to be doing that, being charitable, learn how to, give those tithes, man. You should be paying, or giving what you can. How a bottle of water, you get a prophet's reward. You give the prophets a bottle of water, you get a prophet's reward. You see what I'm saying? For you ones that are not necessarily prophets or teachers in that capacity, but it got to be all hands on deck. If you got the spirit of faith, man, you should be praying now more than ever for the hopeful elect, being praying that we're worthy to escape all these things that shall come upon the earth, man. All right, that is that giving diligence day. The fact that we got a high holy day, one of the highest holy days coming up, being the Day of Atonement, man. That's giving diligence to make your calling and election sure. If we feel like through the Spirit we're elected right now and we want to see the manifestation of us being chosen, well, we got to do things, man. It ain't just we have faith and we don't do anything. Faith without works is dead, and this is a part of the works, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments first. How you gonna keep the damn law, statutes, and commandments if you don't even know what they are? So you got to learn them, all right, and understand we're not able to keep them perfectly, but that doesn't give us liberty to just sin and do what we want to do. You put forth that decent effort and you speak to the Lord concerning the things that you can't change, man. All right. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Until next time, Shalom.